Hey guys, what's going on? Back again with another video. As you can see on the screen, I'm doing a quick, really super fast Morbius review. I just saw the movie, got out of it an early 4 o'clock showing, and I'm actually still sitting in my car, and it's probably gonna be a lot of noise in the background, but it's not really gonna matter because it's gonna be really, really quick to sum up the movie. Because the only thing I did before I saw the movie, I went to Rotten Tomatoes and I saw that the scores were really, really low. I read maybe one or two reviews. Just to get an idea of like what people hated about it. So the only thing I have to say, which I'm not going to mention what they mentioned, I'm just going to kind of review it for myself. The best way to sum it up really quickly and know what you're getting yourself into, if you're maybe on the fence of like, should I see it or not see it? Or maybe you saw the reviews and then you want to read like what a real person thinks of the movie, because some of those critics and stuff like that review it, they might have like a bone to pick with the studio. They might have other issues why they gave it bad reviews, or they might just not be, very knowledgeable, to be honest with you. The best way to sum it up is think of it like if Christopher Nolan did like a horror movie Batman version in the 90s, or think about Blade, think about Underworld. It's all grouped in that same genre, let's call it. It's not a superhero Marvel movie. Um, it it could probably even be thought of like maybe Marvel saw that somebody was making like a vampire movie, and hey, let's slap the Morbius name on it. Think of it like a 90s USA Network. And that's the thing with the TikTok generation and younger kids that maybe do reviews, maybe people in their 20s, that have millions and millions of subscribers and viewers and followers. They have no idea of like other decades. They just kind of know about what's going on right now. But somebody who's older, more knowledgeable, and knows about movies, and seen more movies than probably some of the people of the TikTok generation, let's call it, that have, like I said, millions of followers, might not know like anything, might not understand the movie. Think of it like, again, if Christopher Nolan did a dark Batman movie like those Dark Knight Rises, there's a lot of bats floating around and flying around and stuff like that. A lot of bats in the movie, like literal bats. And it's more like a vampire, like Blade. I could see this down the road if this does really well or better. If they end up maybe rehashing the Blade series or the Blade movies, or maybe like, I know it's not Marvel, but like Underworld, vampire movies, stuff like that, where it's kind of like a horror movie. Like I said, this is probably something that maybe should have been released during Halloween time, more darker and scarier. Again, horror movie, and that's pretty much it. A lot of blood sucking, a lot of vampire stuff, a lot of more vampire lore. Not necessarily a Marvel superhero movie with a lot of explosions and stuff like that. The one thing I do want to mention, people mention the special effects look bad, but like, again, I think they're going for the 90s USA Network movie of the night, or style. In the 80s, I think it's more 80s, because at the end cut scene or in the end credits, you see a lot of like 80s neon pinks and blues and colors, like bright colors like that. So that's the best way. I'm going to sum it up really quickly before my phone shuts off, because I'm literally just I downloaded a photo from Google Images just to kind of do this review with. And I'm going to just sum it up with that again. Think of Christopher Nolan, 90s USA Network, Blade type movie. I think that's it. I'm not going to try and stretch it out or say too much about the movie, because I think this is kind of going to give you that idea if you want to see it, if you ever heard of those movies, or maybe Google 90s horror movies to get an idea what I'm talking about. Then you should understand. I think I'm gonna wrap it up that. If you have more questions, let me know. I'll answer it. I'm not gonna go too much in the story. It's basically, really quickly, I'll go into the story, but it's basically, or like a mad scientist, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type thing. Think about that. And he kind of experimented on himself, and stuff went wrong, and he ends up becoming like a vampire monster, serial killer, horror movie, 80s horror movie villain or something like that. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.